tuning in now or after the live, please make sure to hit that like button, as it will greatly help push me through the analytics, and it helps more than anybody could even fathom. Thank you so much, Tanya, for tuning in, love. I greatly appreciate you finding your way here already right at the start. Thank you so much. And Dean, welcome in. I greatly appreciate everybody who tunes in. You do help push this content an awfully lot, and it does make it a special environment around here. So, very quickly, let me timestamp this. Good evening, 7:54 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Thursday, September 14th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. Let me wipe that off. Maybe it'll be a little bit clearer. Yeah, there we go. Eddie, welcome in. Good evening. David, I hope you're doing well. So what I'm looking for with XRP here is, and I want to go through this evening, as long as I can get through it. XRP, just a quick overview. I want to do XRP, then we're going to switch gears to XLM. No sound. Interesting. Why would that be? Huh. So nobody can hear me? Oh, I was going to say, I'm surprised that nobody can hear me. You might need to reset if you can't hear me then. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you all so much for letting me know. Sully, welcome in. Good. A lot more people in here than I thought. Holy smokes. OMC, welcome. Jason, Terry, John Hall.
You're thinking about getting your business degree and wondering what happened.
I like how it reset it. Sean, Mr. Extra Sour Cream Taco Supreme, David, XRP Stu, Marvin, Sully, Mel, welcome in, Ami, Mike Allen, and KM. This might be a dumb question, but I always wonder how you end the arrow. For example, August of 2024. Oh, it's not a dumb question. The 2024 arrow, I will go to that in just a second, but what I want to do is I want to do XRP, XLM, Bitcoin, then we're going to switch gears for Tanya and go to HBAR, and then we'll see where we go from there. But that's what I really want to cover tonight. So hopefully we can get through this. We can do it in a nice, inclusive manner. And I really like the audience that's here right now. A lot of good people in the audience. But Cam, I'll answer your question shortly. Mark, welcome in. Mike P. I can look at VeChain as long as I get through this in rhythm. But everybody be considerate of my time here. You know, I try to get through this in the best possible way I can. And fortunately for everybody, you don't have to pay a dime to see it. You know, so we can sit back, relax, hit that like button, obviously. 24 likes, 49 people here already. Holy smokes. Thank you all so much for getting here very quickly. Make sure to hit that like button. It really does help push us. I can't do Talcoin because I would have to put it on the list. And it's going to take too much time. But I'll put that down for future. For sure. I like Talcoin, so that's definitely one I'm interested in. I mean, you sold all your VeChain. Fair enough. Just remember, VeChain's in the Internet of Things. So that holds weight for the new smart cities and smart, the whole smart thing that's about to revolutionize things. Just remember that. Yes, I love XRP too, but it's more than just XRP, my friend. I think if we get a collective effort, if we understand the ISO and the IoT tokens, along with how precious metals help, how this is a parity, it's not all for one, but one for all kind of thing. So right now, what I'm really looking for with XRP is I'm really looking for this rally up to 51 cents. Now, I understand that this might not happen, as this is the formation we broke down out of, and if we're getting rejected at 49, it doesn't have to happen. But it still feels like, to me, it's got a little more in the tank here to get a rejection, but it doesn't have to. So I think the ideal spot, if you would go short, and mind you, it's a very risky game if you're going short, so You have to do your due diligence, and what I'll say is the most opportune spot would be to go short between 51 and this 524 area. So 51 cents, and then you would have a stop loss, and you'd have to play it properly because nobody knows how the manipulation would play out. But if I was doing this and I'm taking a risk here to go short, which the death cross is there, the risk would be, are you going to get stopped out on the way? If I was doing this, I would look as close to 51 cents as I could, possibly get that 524, and then you're looking at this area. You'd have to put your stop loss above that area, no question about it, if you're doing it. And I don't advise leverage trading, but I know a lot of you in my audience do it, so I might as well give you the parameters right now. Bandit, $19.99 donation. Holy smogolis. Thank you so much for that. That was very generous of you. How about those Lions? Overrated right now. That's all I'm saying. Overrated. Too much buzz. They're not going to the Super Bowl. But it was nice to beat Kansas City, a half-hearted Kansas City team that was missing their best player. And, you know, I'm happy about the Lions, but I will always see the Lions as I always do. I'm going to be 40 this year. We've won one playoff game. So, you believe the bottom is in what? Messi, the bottom's in this rotation? Or the bottom's in on this rally? I think we need to put in a lower low, personally. If it does show some volume and we break out of here, we could prove that's true if we break the 542. I disagree with that. I don't think Mahomes is their best player. I think he looked very average not having Travis Kelce out there, personally. But, you know, that's just me. I like him, but I look for what it is. You know, I look at I'm an analytics person, so I see what happens when Travis Kelce's on the field and when he's not. So, if he was on the field, they would have won that game by 3 touchdowns. Maybe 2 because it's the NFL and they got to keep it close. But hey, that's just me. We're talking about, in my opinion, the best tight end in the history of football. But anyhow, I don't really care about the NFL that much, so if you would have asked me about Michigan, I'd be more entertained. Like, I'm more entertained about the Navy game tonight. And then I don't really care about Miami against Boston College, because that's just going to be a... But the Navy versus Memphis game is pretty interesting. I think that's going to be a good game, which I'll be watching after this live. Make sure to hit that like button, though. Messi says 42 cents is the bottom. Well, the problem with that is the technical breakdown out of this. If we get this rejection, is going to break that low you're talking about. 38 cents is going to be up and coming. 7-7 Navy Memphis. Excellent. Excellent. That's what I like to hear because I have a 3-player parlay. It's the only time of the season I actually do parlays is this time. Small bets. You guys know how it works. I am not ex-Navy, but I do like Navy. I actually am not ex-anything. They wouldn't let me in. I tried to get into I passed ROTC, but they wouldn't let me in. One, when they actually went deeper into my eyesight and realized that I can't see out of my one eye, and I have keratoconus, and 2, you know, I had a looming back injury, so, and other issues. But I was at a disadvantage early on because I can't see out of my left eye, so, you know, as they told me, no one wants you there when you can't see on your left side who you're shooting. So I said, fair enough. It's the analytical approach, David. So this is what you guys can let me know. Do you think XRP is going to get back up, and we have to go to the shorter time frame? Do you think XRP is coming back up here to get a rejection, which it looks like to me we probably are? We held the 484 support on the close. It's a weak close. I don't know, though. That's an inverted hammer candle. And it's a bullish inverted hammer. I don't know. It kind of looks inverted. Am I wrong? Does that look like an inverted hammer candle on the last daily close for anybody who understands the TA to a more minute level? If it is, it supports our move up. I think it supports our move up. I think that could be well, let's see, guys. Is it going up or down? Ready? I'm going to make you answer that question. This long leg doji after a down movement means that the pattern's indecisive and it's probably going to reverse based on the next candle. If that's an inverted hammer candle, I don't know because it's not far enough down likely. It could be, this could end up being like a gravestone doji. So we need a short-term rally. We need to come right here. We've talked about this before. We need to come up here to about 5102 roughly. That's my opinion. It could overshoot it to the 200-day at 52 cents, but 524 will probably end any upside rally. But if it were to get past that, this is the dead point, 5.4 roughly. I think, like I've been saying, we need to come up here to that pattern structure because we have the death cross. So I think we finish off this rally, and then we're looking at about 11.6 to 21.4% dump. And that would either get you to the top of the rising channel at 45.3, or that would get you down to the 2020 uptrend at 38 cents. That's my opinion. You don't have to like it, but that's my opinion. And I think everybody's here to hear my opinion and not somebody else's. So I think it works out very well. Please make sure to hit that like button. 73 people here, only 48 likes. Obviously, if you don't want to hit the like button, I have a better idea. You can send a YouTube super chat, or you can join Tom's Army to show your support. I don't do any paid promotions, advertisements, or sponsorships of any kind. I don't hide behind a paywall. All my information's free for everybody, and I come here every single day, 3 to 4 times a day to update. And I do a live every single day, which will be 2 now because I'm doing the midday market report if you're interested in precious metals and all. I did that this afternoon, so make sure you take a look at that. It was a 20-something minute video, a live. When will the Golden Cross Weekly kick in? That has to be, you can't get to the weekly until you get through the daily. The weekly's still fully intact. It's an excellent question. No reason to laugh at the end of it. I don't know if you think it's a joke that we have the Golden Cross because you laughed at the end of it, but it's actually a really good question. The Golden Cross has not even in the least been invalidated. You've got the red line up here, which is the 20-day right here. It would need to cross the 100-day, the 50-day, and then come through the 200, which the 50 is kind of running by the 200. We would need to come through here before we start invalidating this Golden Cross. We still got, like I said before, this first one wouldn't do anything, nor the second one. We have at least 2 to 3 more weekly candles in this range where it could technically hold this. One here, and then another one, and possibly a third, depending on where it's at, which to me, it tells me we have room to come down to 38 cents without invalidating this. We're converging right now. Oh, it takes a very long time. Massey, that's why I said that's an excellent question. It takes a very long time. And we have to get through all the ranges. We got through, remember, it started in the 30-minute, then we got through the 2-hour, now we've rectified the 4-hour, and it almost speaks to us. Are we coming up for the 4-hour rejection? And that's at 524. That means we'd have a run up, and that means the best area to buy would be between 51 and 524. Sure, you could come up here to 54, but you'd want to have a stop loss, and just hear me out. If you're doing this, you better get as close to 524 as you can. 51 cents could be a rejection. It might not even make it up there. So you have to be honest with yourselves. If you're going to do a short, you might not be able to do a 50x or a 20x or a 10. You might just have to go with a 2 or 3 or a 5. I know some people get pissed, but hey, you know, sometimes you have to outweigh the risk to the reward. Tom, been following for a while. Always hit the like button. Love your info. I appreciate that, MKP. Justin, I mean, honestly, definitely 505, then head down to 45. Yeah, somewhere in that range, I think. 51 cents is that formation breakdown. It's a short-term one, but it's right here. So let's cycle back around to this. We have 74 people. I appreciate everybody hitting that like button. Terry says you have improved your charts, and I really appreciate it. I'm colorblind. No, Terry, you are the single reason why I did my charts the way I do now. I'm not even kidding. A lot of people had input, but it was your particular input in understanding your dilemma that you're trying to watch. I had to change it up. That's why I switched it into multiple different charts. I don't have a whole bunch of the lines going through. I make it nice and easy and presentable because I think that's fair. And then I'll keep the levels up so we know. That was the mid-swing at 85. You know, we had that after the run-up. On the other chart, we have it on there so we know the swing high. You know, but anything other than that, like 937, but it's irrelevant. I don't need the 85 on this chart, so I try to keep it separate. Then we have the 484, which honestly, It's not even necessary on this chart, but it's just a representation of what we see in the longer term chart. So we have it there just so we know where we're bouncing, but it's actually not even necessary. Our next major support, according to this chart, is 19 cents. Actually, no. On this chart, we like to have the swing low on here because it's the only chart we have a proper representation of it. And then on this chart, we swing down to the 2020 uptrend. And then somebody asked me before we start bouncing around, where does the 2024 rally go to? It goes to $1 if we have the proper bounce. And this is the first. And some people will get mad, but remember, this is a continuation. The first move, if we get that bounce in 2024, you would be looking approximately at a 300% move, in my opinion, if it plays out properly. That's the apex point. Now, remember, if it breaks the 2020 uptrend, then we have to go through the 2017 uptrend, and that gets into 2026. Then if we break that and go to the 2013 uptrend, that apex point isn't until 2028. Now, if we're paying attention to this, we have to have a retracement. So in order for this to have a continuation, if we have a breakout like that, and this is just speculation into the future, obviously. Let's say we do this. The speculation is you'd break up, you'd have to hold probably this level, and then you could start bouncing, and then that's where you could get into a new bull run if it's meant to hold. If not, you're going to have a retest somewhere lower. So that's the biggest hope, I think, of a bounce out of the 2020 uptrend. It could happen sooner, as I've stated a billion times, but that's the apex point. So, spot on the truth abounds on the... I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Terry. So hopefully that helps. But yeah, I'm not trying to trick anybody. I know eventually we're going to get the prices we can't even fathom. It's just, it's not going to be what everybody else told us. Everybody who told us 25,000, they're likely leading us down a bad road. They should tell us about $1.70 before 25,000. Tell us the importance of getting to all-time highs in 5 and doubling up to 10. That's the real number. Once you get to $10, that is where the real... Actually, it's $5. Because from 5 to 10, you're one double up away. From 10 to 20 after 5. Like literally, from $5 to 10, and understand the importance of a 35-cent average or a 30 or 40, wherever you bought. We're at 34.6. So 35 cents. Imagine that. So basically every single time it goes up $1, for example purposes, we 3x. So if it goes up from $5 to $10, somebody makes 100%. Remember that. Somebody will buy at $5 and they will make 100% and be happy as hell from 5 to 10. For us, on that $5 move, we make 1,500% every $5, approximately. It's a little bit less, probably more round down to 1,400%, but you get the picture. So that's why I keep saying you don't get rich when it's already moved up. You make life-changing amounts. And thank you so much, Justin, for the $10 donation. Short around 505.51 cents. Take profit 46. Take profit would be a good spot at 46. It would. Because that, well, actually, I would say if you're going to take profit, 45 area. Because that's the right, actually 453. So yeah, 46 would be safe. Ooh, yes, mine too, Terry. Mine too. But I would say 46 is conservative. Yeah, that's not bad. But if it breaks that area, remember, the short might be a play all the way to 38 cents. Remember, my title says they're not telling you about this XRP. What they're not telling you, or they're not telling you everything, however you want to put it. The truth is here we're topside liquidity. And what that means is we run up here. They need further liquidity for a push down. And what they're also not telling you is this is a futures-led rally, just like in the stock market. This is a futures-led rally, shorts covering. It always happens with the shorts covering, period. So everybody who knows the market, the shorts are covering. This isn't bullish. We're going to have a continuation up to verify the death cross. And we're going to have an overrun so we can liquidate the shorts right now. It's like I said yesterday. Don't short it from 48 cents. And the only reason I said that is because we needed to have this retest. And this isn't because I'm telling you to short. I'm just telling you. This is what we need to do. They're both in their 50s. Okay, so more urgency on your side. I get that. I get that. not urgency, but more of a difference in the life, because my son's only 4 right now. And then Julie's oldest are 16 and 10. So they got a long ways to go still. So I've been with them 10 years, so, you know. They're mine too. Feel like mine. So, yeah, I think that's fair. I think a short somewhere around 51 cents. It could go up to 524. Then you have to understand if it comes back in here, they could have a quick wick. But the one thing I will tell you is if this is a fake out down and we're getting bear trapped, this is why you have to be careful with shorts here. If for some reason this does make the wide turn and it holds that, you can see a possibility here of maybe it came down, then it might have formed what it could be a jank. I don't know, it could be. I'm just saying, caution is needed here when you short the market. Just like when you go long. That's why if you're going long, I would never just use a futures. I would futures to go short, accumulation to go long if that's the plan. But there's no reason the futures trade to go long. You're not trying to lose your bag. And if you're going to leverage trade to go short, you better be damn careful. If you're looking to do it, and I don't advise it, video description below, MEXC is my favorite platform to do that. Also, FEMX in the USA for new users, lowest spot maker fees. MEXC is the lowest spot maker fee overall. There are none. But for the USA users, FEMX is the lowest we can get. And then you can futures trade on there, but it also has all of your favorite cryptos. And you don't need to do a VPN. On MEXC, you don't need a VPN either if you're already in the USA and you're already signed up, but they won't let new users sign up. So if you're looking to trade on your favorite exchanges that I use, look in the video description below. That's another easy way to support the channel. So what do we think? Do we think we're on it right now with XRP? Because while you decide to answer or don't, we're going to go to Bitcoin and we're going to make a rally. Tanya, are you still here? Love, are you still here? Wow, we're up to 91 people viewing. That's incredible. Thank you all so much for your support. Even after the midday market report, 91 of you came in. That's pretty cool. Make sure you hit that like button as we have 68 likes. I think we can do a little better. Awesome, Tanya. Next thing we're going to do is H-bar after this. So with Bitcoin, this was our, if anybody watched during the Gary Gensler, when he showed up at basically, I guess you could say, the committee, he was being talked to by the financial committee or by senators. I talked about this rally from here. Remember, I was going silent. We were watching Gary Gensler, and I just drew this and said this is where Bitcoin was coming, and I said trap. I drew trap on the bottom of all of these, saying it was a trap because we had a rally up, and then we'd ultimately come down. This is the trap we talked about. This is exactly what it looks like we're going to try to do. It's either here, or we're going to come up a little higher to 27,600 to completely liquidate the shorts. And just like with XRP, we have to pay attention that it doesn't invalidate this area, because there could be a possibility that it does it. Conrad, hey Tom, sorry it's been a while, but are you still copying trading on BitGet? Unfortunately, no, because BitGet doesn't allow USA users. And what we came to find out by doing the copy trading is I do a thing where I do 10 parts to my trades typically. And what ended up happening is they only let you copy 1 part. So unfortunately, we haven't done that in a long time. But BitGet is out. We don't even really talk about BitGet. I love the platform, but they don't allow USA users, and a lot of people have found it. Unlike MEXC, how they allow you to keep using it, some of them have found it to where they can't even use BitGet. They just have to take their funds off if they're in the USA. So I found a better solution for us on FEMX in the USA if you can't use MEXC. But FEMX is phenomenal, lowest spot maker fee in the USA. That's all in the video description below. I don't want to FUD it up in the comments because I don't really like talking about it. But if you're looking and interested, take a look. And FEMX never went down during the big rally up or these spikes down like every other exchange seems to freeze. They did not. So that's what we're looking at. 27,000 is right in that range. 27,100 at the 200-day. So that's what we're looking at for Bitcoin. That's a mighty big bear flag there, though. So we're putting in lower highs. So I'm not really looking at anything very impressive here with Bitcoin. Looks more like a M-topping reversal in the making. So that bear flag should bring us down first level to 23,400, which is that downtrending support on this blue line. I know this is a very, very, very messy chart here, but it has to be. We have so many converging areas here That it has to be messy. It's the way it was. Now I can make this a little easier because that's irrelevant. This downtrending support is very important. 26,193 is irrelevant. The broadening wedge needs to stay. That uptrending resistance needs to stay. That 30,000 needs to... Whoops. Hopefully I didn't lose that. Hopefully I didn't lose everybody there. Sorry about that. Is the only thing I can use in Australia to margin trade. Oh, well, if you're in Australia, I'm not as biased against Binance. That's for the USA. You know, you have to... I don't know how it is around the rest of the world. It's just... It's not that I'm against it. It's just I feel like my gut's telling me something bad's going on there. I don't trust it. But if you can use it, you know, there's going to be warning signs that we can look for. So that's with Bitcoin right now. I want to go to H-bar. And if you have your relaxation, now would be the time. It's been 26 minutes. I think this is a great time. A great time as we're going through this. I appreciate that, JW, and welcome in. I love when you're in the audience. I love it. I appreciate you tuning in. Devin, exactly. No problem, Conrad. And if anybody's interested in anything I talked about, it's in the video description below. Oh, and this one, because everybody always asks me the strands, and this is so good. I haven't tasted this, and it must have... I don't know if anybody knows what Northern Lights is. It's not a very... You don't really see it much these days. But back in 2008, it was very... I could find it. Now I can't really find it to grow myself. So, this is Red Velvet Kush, and I'll tell you what, I've never had it. It is freaking fire. And it's only a 20% THC strain in comparison to some are 19.98. And compared to some that are 25. But this one, it tastes so freaking good. It reminds me of Northern Lights. And if anybody knows what Northern Lights is, you would understand why I feel this way. Huh. It's definitely a nice. It's nice. Nice. It's the nicest tasting one I've had in a while. H-bar looks like it could be putting in something in the shorter charts. The monthly chart doesn't look bad. That looks like a W reversal could be forming if it could hold and not put in a head and shoulders. Imagine if I did technical analysis like some of the others. That's their technical analysis. Spectacular, Ron. What's next? All right, but you see these wicks right here? These are basically liquidations. These are liquidations here when this happens. So that's likely what happened. You had people futures trading going long, even though it looks like it's fine to go long up until the 200. They're still getting liquidated. You need liquidity at all levels. So with H-bar, we still have this formation, ironically. It hasn't invalidated that inverted head and shoulders. It just came down to another layer. Now, it very well could invalidate this, but we've come up. It looks like we should come up to another layer of 5.7, but that doesn't look great for... The only thing that looks good here for H-bar is the fact we're able to come back up and try to retake the 3 hour. However, if we look in the daily, that doesn't look great. This doesn't scream to me that we're very bullish. However, we have the W. Yes, Jason. Yes. Ooh, JW birthday cake is fantastic. One of mine and Julie's favorites. Oh, man, I remember the first time I ever had birthday cake. Woo. And Girl Scout cookies as well. So... that's what I'm looking at for H-bar. We really got to see if we're going to hold this pivot of 497. We've done the first layer move, but we're starting to come back down here. The daily doesn't look that great. We are holding the 20-day. If we look at the weekly, I mean, it leaves a lot to be desired so far. I mean, we did come down for some nice liquidity. It's not in as bad a shape as XRP right now, I'll tell you that much. But it's still not looking great. XRP's in a lot worse shape here, because this is about to have a bullish golden cross in the 2 hourly. And I think this is setting up for another move back up here after to 575 to see our fate. So hopefully, Tanya, I didn't talk you through a loop and you understood that. I wanted to look at XLM. Hey, Darren, what's going on? Welcome in, mate. I absolutely love Northern Lights back in the day, and Jack Harrier, that was my legendary. Jack Harrier is my all-time favorite strand. The true Jack Harrier, not the ones they and since you understand back in the day, not the Jack Harrier they're trying to pass around now. I'm talking about circa early 2000s and beyond, before my time. I'm not talking about circa 2023 Jack Harrier. Now they just name it whatever they want, and it gives it a bad name. Oh, that's a beautiful strain. I love California hash plant, OG purple kush. I'm growing a kush plant out back, as some of you know. It's huge. I'll show you at some other time. It's too dark now. So XLM. And yeah, we're just shooting the shit right now, because that's what we do. And like, as long as I have my friends here that are here every day, I don't care how many people are watching, as long as our friends are in the stands. Oh, you are not getting me off track, JW. I love this stuff. Yeah, see, you understand. Oh man, I wish I was older in 97. But yes, around that 2002 time, it lingered too. There was some carryover into 04 to about 09 because we had the resurgence of it, especially by people like me ordering it from overseas and growing it themselves. Jack Harrier had a comeback. It was very hard to find real good stuff that wasn't GMO modified. But Manelli. But anyhow, with XLM, we're fighting our way back. We fought our way back into the mid-tier level. This allows us possibly to have a retracement, and don't get too excited, folks. I always say, hold your horses, folks. We have this the Bear's Cross, which means our first layer retest is at 12.4. Our top tier would be up to the 100-day, likely, would be the 12.4. Now, if we have higher ambitions than just coming through there, there's not much room here to move. Even the 200-day and the 4-hourly is squeezed down into that 12.5, about the 12.5 area. So how big of a rally can we actually expect here? That looks like a topping reversal. Looks like the Bart Simpson top. Looks like we put in a beautiful left shoulder where this X is over here. Let me pull up the arrow. I apologize. Looks like we pulled in a little shoulder here, possibly Bart Simpson head. This could be coming back to validate a right shoulder in this area. And then if it breaks that area, you come down here to about 11 cents. Now, we know if we break that, we come much lower. And the next major support would be 8.7. But we know the technical target would be back down to the trend, which ironically, how does it beautifully measures, would be down to the about 8 cent area. So we have a lot of work to do, ladies and gentlemen. We're in some bearish moments right now. And it's not a bad thing. You want corrections before further moves up. However, if you break through this level and you go back down to lower lows, then it invalidates this entire structure. We've got, so we did Bitcoin, we did XRP, we did XLM, we did HBAR. You know what? I got a question for anybody who's left, because I know a lot of you know when I go through the wind down phase. And every time I say we're getting close to the end, everybody decides to start leaving, but that's okay. I think I want to go through and look at the total crypto market cap real quick. So, we can do the DXY while I'm up here, Darren. And anybody who wants a deeper coverage of the DXY, look at my live from earlier. So, Darren, I'm doing a midday market report now. So anybody who's left in here, I'm starting to do a midday market report. So that is not what the title is. I don't know why it shows that as the title. That was the title when I went live, but it's been changed. Anyhow, it says midday market report, but it's for XRP. And then it's got a whole series of things. Gold, silver, DXY, the gold-silver ratio. There was just a lot of stuff I went over. I had to change the title, but it hasn't uploaded technically yet. So take a look at that when you get a chance. So I'm going to be doing that every day, Monday through Friday from now on. So this is what I think with the DXY. We're going to have a run up likely. Now that we're holding this 105 spot 30 support, if that holds, we've already held the bottom of the channel. As you can see, it looks like we're putting in a small bull flag here, in my opinion. If you look at the daily, we've definitely pushed up here. That's a nice daily candle. We haven't pushed through the resistance yet, but it's the start of a nice candle here to start the day. And the technical target would be the run up to the top of the channel right around 106.46. Technically, though, that resistance in the area is going to be around 106.84 if we do make a run up. You lost the feed, Darren? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully you found your way back. Unless everybody's lost the feed. I don't know, did everybody lose the feed? All right, beautiful. I know it's been choppy. I got messages off of here. I was looking at my phone. A lot of people have been cut out of the stream, and I'm not exactly sure why. I always say it's because I get shadow banned, but I've gotten a lot of messages in particular in this stream, which is weird. So I'm glad that you all are still here. So that's with the DXY. And with the total crypto market cap, well, we're in a nice little rally spot. I mean, actually, we almost came up here now. 1.049 trillion is what I was looking for. Now we came up there almost. Still looking for this rejection here. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens here. But this was a big rejection and reversal here. And that is a bear flag, and now it's breaking down. So we're just back testing the breakdown at 1.049 trillion. So that's basically everything I got here tonight, everybody. Make sure you hit that like button. Consider subscribing to my channel and join the over 18,500 subscribers. We went over another 100, which is fantastic. Who knows? We could get close. We might make it close to the end of the year, breaking 20,000. We already broke our goal for year end to 17,500. So now we're 1,000 over our year end goal. So that feels damn good, honestly. So, and I couldn't do it without each and every one of you. So with XRP, with the market cap, or not market cap, just XRP's price action. I appreciate that, Tanya, so much. So are you, love. So with XRP, before I leave, we're looking for a rally back up here to about the 511 level. That's what I'm looking for. It seems like that's where we want to come up to for the breakdown. It's possible we could come up to 524 or 54 cents, but that's more unlikely. If you're starting to short, 51 cent area would be ideal. And then you have to put a stop loss somewhere. I'd put it around 55 cents. So what that means is if you're doing a 20x short, you're not going to be able to do it. Let's say you buy it here. Up here, you've got a stop loss. About 55 cents, that's 7.86%. So, you know, you have to be conservative. That might mean that you can only do a 2x or a 3x. Or you play it like I would. I would probably do my stop loss at the 5.2, not 5.24. I'd give it margin for a run up to about the 53 cents. I would put my stop loss at 53 cents, and if it ran higher than that, I would let the market do what it's going to do. So that's just my personal observation of what I'm seeing. So that's about a 3.8%. So you have to do your own due diligence here. So that's what I would do. And then what you're trying to do is you would be running that down. Your first layer would be, remember, 45 cent area. 453 would be the 2020 uptrend. That's an 11.31% move. And then ultimately, you're trying to run it down to the 2020 uptrend at 38 cents, which is about a 25% move from that area. And that is right here is where you're trying to run it down to on a rejection. Now, like I keep saying, however, you could get a rejection here before this ever gets going. And this is the shorter formation break. It just seems like to me we're probably going to try to come up a little bit higher, get some topside liquidity, so don't get yourself trapped if you don't understand what's looming here. So I'm going to finish this, and I'll take any questions, and then I got to go. We've had a fantastic live here. We had a fantastic live earlier. I cannot thank you enough for the support. So just remember, if you want to come in for the daily XRP live technical analysis, 7:47 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you come in for the midday market report, where we cover all of, not just crypto, I'll do a little piece on XRP to start, but then we go around the market with the Dow, with the DXY, with gold, silver, the gold-silver ratio, with our precious metals and commodities. We went through the 10-year yield, we went through crude oil. So If you want to go through all of that, that's the midday market report that I'm starting. I started it today, but I'm going to be doing that so that I can cover my precious metals and that kind of stuff. I don't anticipate it'll get as many views, but I think it'll be more important than just getting the XRP stuff all the time. But that's going to be a way for me to incorporate precious metals. So when I do the midday market report, XRP might not even be part of it from now on because XRP has its own time slot all day. This might just be a literal midday market report with just a spotlighting on XRP to see price, quick trend, and out. Hello, Miss Vicky. I'm here too, but driving and chopping. Love to all. Awesome info and conversation. Thank you, Miss Vicky. I greatly appreciate that. And I appreciate you still taking the time to tune in. You're welcome, Jan. Thank you as well for tuning in. I agree. I think it was a very informative live. I like these kind of lives. I like the last couple lives. This is where I like how we like to do it. Thank you so much for that, Dakota. Everybody, thank you so much. I'm going to log off. You've made my night once again, as always. And I seriously can't thank you enough. Remember, we are the light in a world surrounded in a world full of darkness. And what does the light do? Light extinguishes dark. Positive puts negativity in its place. Good outweighs evil. A helping hand always holds more weight than I don't even know the best way to say it. A helping hand always holds more weight than a hand that feels justified in the fact that it doesn't have to do anything for anybody else. You know, you have to be humble. So that's what we're doing here. We're unified, not divided. And with that, it's very, very hard to stop us.